All right, hello and welcome everyone. Night 3 action of the 2026 Commonwealth Cup coming your way. We've brought the action for the start of this game between the Kings and the Thunder. Just working through some technical stuff before we got the commentary on. For those in Melbourne or for those that might have had a keen eye on the weather, it has been an interesting afternoon here in Melbourne. Plenty of rain around. It looks to have held off slightly now. Plenty of grey clouds still in front of us and over the top of us. However, it has sort of slowed to a drizzle at the moment. Still slight drops coming down here, but much better than it was a little earlier. I have to say a big credit to all of the volunteers here who have done a great job putting on this event so far, including the Next Gen series, which I had the pleasure of watching at home, but some of the volunteers that I've run into that were out here during that game have done a great job putting up with and managing with the heavy deluge. So for these teams, the Kings and the Thunder, both these sides have already taken on the touring Canadian side. Both of them held their own against that team. The Thunder playing on Friday night had a really competitive second half, and last night the Kings they levelled proceedings with about 5 minutes left in the final quarter at 8 apiece, and were right within a chance of getting a win, but just falling short. So, of course, the next game will be between the NZ Storm and the touring Canadian side. And then we've got one more match left in this series. We've got the Canada team that will take on, an all-star Australian lineup of the best of the bunch across the 3 remaining sides. And that will feature tomorrow night. Now we've had to wait a couple of minutes, but our first goal of the game is on the board.
Let's get some talk up in there.
So first power play of the night going the way of the Kings, looking to continue their momentum from their game against the Canadians last night. It was a balanced effort from across the board. I think night 1 we saw Gabriel Bleed try and do a lot of the work, but last night very much a balanced team effort. Fabian Hall was really good late. I thought Adam Georgian had a great game as well. I think that's Mason Close running himself into trouble. So Hall and Bleed linking up across the top. Bleed steps down, looks for the top left corner and stings it. Bang. Number 2. Gabriel Bleed finding the top corner. So the rain that we've had pretty much most of the afternoon, really, it's set in after midday, I'd say, has certainly had its effect on the court. just slowing things down a touch, and it'll make it interesting for outside shots like that. Orlando Kernahan stepping in, hitting the back of the cage for the Thunder. Their first, they are on the board. Yes, I think it'll be a little bit trickier to pick that ball up off the ground. Got to really commit, get your head over it. And interesting for the goalies, what the ball does is zipping off the surface. Break on the blue, it's going to go the way of the Thunder. They trail it 2-1. Between the pipes, it looks like it's Jasper Adley for the Western Thunder, and it's, I believe, Abhinav Ananth for the Kings. That pass just a little bit too much on it. It's going to head over the halfway line. And is it going to sit up here for Spencer Drinkall? He's just going to wait for it. And I think we're just going to pause for a second here. It's a little bit over-ambitious. It's going to even be a penalty.
So tell me. Right here, delayed game. 2 minutes. Fuck me.
Another power play for the Kings. Hall and Bleed link up across the top. Ethan Maher in that top left corner as well, now in possession. Really liked his game last night too. Just a little bit sloppy there. Ball will hold up for Bleed. He's got numbers on the low if he wants to look for it. Hall steps in. Good save. We did get a tip on it, Jasper Bradley, but
99 from 78.
It does beat him. Yeah, it's good officiating just in front of us. So our official just explaining to the player. He was sort of asking a few questions. Why was it given? And he said, this is why. This is what you got to do. And he said, okay, no worries. You'll learn from it for the next time. Face off nicely won by Spilkin. Over to close. Now Tuxford carries across the top, kicks back. Carter missing. Collected by a teammate. Cutter, Kernahan, goal. Thunder back within 1. Archie Papsoglu kicks that one up the line. Across to Anthony Green. Nice feed inside, but can't collect, so it's going to be the Thunder that come away with it. Plenty of heat trying to get that one. That's nicely done there from Jack Wiley. He's quick. Decides to do the team thing and hold it up. Nicely done. Shot missing wide. So it'll be the Thunder that come away with it now. Close, rolls past one. And now uses his speed to get past a couple more. Pass not great to his teammate, however. Ball still in dispute. Mason puts his head over it. Still anyone's for the taking. Still anyone's for the taking here. That's nicely done to get that ball to safety. Really well done there from the Kings to get that ball forward. And we'll have lost a fair bit of time. But in amongst that, I think they've given away fairly, the Kings. It's been called for a butt end, so after doing all of the hard work, Arlo Mataboni gave away a butt end and is going to have to sit for a couple of minutes. Green, shot, denied. Follows up his own work and goes again. Anthony Green, but ends up in the crease. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Yep, so it's going to go the way of the Kings. Apologies, there's a penalty coming. So Anthony Green's going to have to sit for a couple for tripping. There's still a minute 40 left on the Kings penalty, so it'll be 4v4 for a minute and a half or so. Turned over from Bleed a little lazily. Perhaps Olgo, they're not going to catch him if he gets off here. But Bleed cuts him off nicely. He's got a man on the crease, decides to look up the top instead to close, and that one's fallen into his defensive half. Bleed. Just over a minute left on the Kings penalty. Still 4v4 out there. No one comes at Bleed, so pulls the trigger and finds the top corner.
78 from 99. 78 from 99. This one? Nope, everybody stays.
So again, nicely won from Spilkin. It's probably been the pick of the centres that we've seen across the first 4 games, I think, and proving it again tonight. Turned over by the Thunder, and it's close that transitions forward. Just pulls it out, gets it across to Hall. Gets the cutter from Mark, shot. Simple save from Adderley, but no help on the ground ball here from a teammate, so just has to do the follow-up work himself. Just got stuck in his stick there. Foot down, taking to safety was Drinkall. Now Hall is just waiting for support to arrive, and in doing so has got the Kings to an advantage, but he's not going to need it. Just goes by himself, Fabian Hall. That's his second for the night. And kills the penalty in the process. So 5-2 now for the Kings. So again, another win for the Thunder. And a win for Jacob Spilkin. Drive in top is Tuxford across to Horgan. Kicks across. Thomas. Switch comes. Feed inside, nicely done to Kernahan. I think that might have been one of his own teammates that got in the way of that shot there. Reared in by Ananth. He's got some help up court. Decides to take the easier option down low. And now it gets to Bleed. Sonny Kernahan. Little pop inside to Hall. Missing, but it's thought it was going to be collected by Bleed. I thought there might have been a push on Bleed, but there might have been a push into the player that pushed Bleed. That's what the call's going to be. It's going to go the way of the Thunder. No one comes it. I think that might be John McGee there. First time we've seen him this week. Horgan. Shot missing wide from Kernahan. No reset. Shot clocks are in a better position tonight, so I can tell you know that there's only 1 second on the shot clock. Geragine takes off, but only the transitioning purple jerseys in front of him. Holds it up across to Hall. Kernahan. 2.5 left on the quarter. Feed inside, missing Hall once again. Nice ground ball one there. I think that's Walker. And just runs the whole channel by himself. And pulls it out, keeps it safe. Green. Well defended. Little swim move over Wiley. Gets underneath him and hits the back of the cage. Well done there from Anthony Green. Number 1 of the night for him. Thunder back within 2. Now we're just going to pause for a sec while we check on our goalie. I think it is quite warm out here, so probably a little bit of sweat and rain dripping in the eyes. Hope that's all it is. So we're all good now. We'll come back to the middle for the face-off. Tonelli and Spilkin will go at it. Tonelli uses his feet well, and it's Harper that comes at it. He's got to just had to put his head over that one with the 2 hands. In the end, it has fallen fortuitously to the Kings. So Bleed. Down to Harper. Shot from distance. And it's beaten Adderley. It's going to be, I think that was Sam Tonelli that got on the end of that one. Margin back out to 3. So an interference on the Kings on that occasion. Another face-off win for the Thunder. Carter. Little stutter step from Green. Tries to get underneath. Delayed at the top. The double team comes now and he's in some real trouble. Gets the one hand off to McGee. 10 on the shot clock. Just needs to get this ball on the move here. Trying to do a little bit too much, I think. And a little bit of a brain fade, I think, on that possession from the Thunder. Forgot that the shot clock was out there. Geragine, now Hall. Costa Bleed, back to Hall. Wants that left hand, tries the one-hander. Missing wide, no reset. 10 on the shot clock. And the Thunder can go. The pass just stuck in the stick of Adderley again. Close, gets the one-hander here. He's got about 15 on the game clock. Close, stutter set, swim move denied. Double team comes. And in plenty of trouble now. And that's going to end the first term. Unless Harper can get the shot off on the hooter. Did get the shot off, but unsuccessful, denied by Adelaide, and that's the first term. 6-3, the favour of the Kings. And there is a penalty coming. Mason Close is going to sit for a couple. Back underway for the second half here. Rangers setting in a little bit more here. It's power play for the Kings right now. 30 seconds left on that power play. Mason Close is serving for a butt end. Blade across the hall, gets the shot. Good save from Adelaide. So it looks like there was an Too many out on the court for the Thunder. So there is going to be a penalty coming.
Am I released yet? Diabolical, mate.
What number is
Like to
this?
sit for a further 10? Keep going.
What number? What number
around.
is he in? 83.
See you, mate.
So one penalty ends, another begins for the Thunder. Another 2 minutes opportunity for the Kings. Jared G and no one comes at Payne, but zips across to Ethan Marr, and that's a really nice finish there. Good teamwork. Ethan Marr getting on the end of some good work.
80, this guy's out. 5-5!
And the margin moves out to 4 for the Kings. So Kernahan, fresh off, spending a little bit of time in the box. Back out there. McGee drives right. Slips as he shoots. Does get the reset though. So if the Thunder can keep this, and we're wide open on the creases, Tuxford. Good save from Ananth. Here comes Georgian. Across the top. That's a nice finish from Adam Harper. So again, another face-off win in the middle for the Thunder. An infraction. Oh, and there's... Don't know if that was necessary. I dare say Archie Papsoglu is going to be serving a couple of minutes here, if not more. He's going to sit for 2 minutes for a roughing penalty. And again, power play chance for the Kings. They've had plenty of looks so far tonight.
He shoved me first.
Feed inside to Marr. Good cover from Adelaide. Across to Geraldine. Full 30 on the clock. Up the top to Bleed. Kernahan. Bleed again. No one comes at him, so shoots across the face. I'm not sure that's the shot there. This surface is going to be nice and skiddy, so wouldn't mind seeing the players use it to their advantage. Close. Just told to hold it up by Coach Rod Martin. They're a man down. You can see the player just sliding a touch out there. No pressure coming from the Kings, so the Thunder happy to run down the shot clock, down to 5. So McGee will look for the reset. Does get the reset. Can't get the follow-up though. Close. Across to Bleed. Payne. Now Bleed. Payne again. Nice ball movement. Hall fakes one way. Shot deflected from close. No reset, so Hall pulls the trigger, and that'll do. Fabian Hall, he's third of the night. And another power play goal for the Kings. They move ahead by 6. Body's flying all over the place, and that's really nicely done. Couldn't quite see who it was down there, but kept the ball in the Kings' favour, although they've just given it right back. Carter does well. Close, zips one across, coming through. Its pace was Tuxford. Collected by Green on the rebound. Little feed across, back to Tuxford, and makes up for the miss. Really nicely done there from Caleb Tuxford. And good look there from Anthony Green to get it to him. Tinelli gets a stick on that, but only as far as his opponent. Well done by Walker. Feed inside to Carter, and that's 2 on the trot for the Thunder. So some consecutive goals in a row, and the Thunder are right back in this one, just trailing by 3. Penalty trouble is probably the concern right now. If they can stay out of the box, they'll keep this momentum going. Shot clock will expire and beat the Kings. However, no penalty coming. McGee. Thomas, little pop inside, misses Kernahan. Collected by Horgan off the boards. Back up to Thomas. Now McGee, shot clock down to 7. Tries to zip it inside to Thomas off the pick and slip. Carter, no reset, so the shot clock will beat the Thunder now. Less than 7 left in this second quarter. Just steady sort of drizzle at the moment. Hopefully nothing further. And wow, that's a nice finish there from Fabian Hall. He had a fantastic final part of last night's game against Canada, and he's picked up where he's left off. He's got 4 goals too right now, Fabian Hall. Ends the Thunder run, puts the Kings back out by 4. Bleed, pops that one only as far as the Thunder, and, well, not waiting long for the reply. Anthony Green getting on the end of that one. So as I mentioned earlier, we will have the Canadians taking on the NZ Storm tonight. Tomorrow night we'll have the final of the Commonwealth Cup. But before then, 2026 Box Nationals taking place, which we're very much looking forward to. I don't have the exact schedule, but head to the Lacrosse Australia or Australian Lacrosse Network social channels and you'll be able to see those schedules. See Scotty Gill from the ALN setting up right now as we speak, so be able to catch a lot of that coverage live on the ALN YouTube channels throughout the week. Tonelli denied by Adelaide. There is a man out the back if the Thunder can get it there. Tucks it his all by himself. Close just holds on to it. And the Thunder are going to give away a penalty in the process. Too many men out there for the Thunder. Mart, Jerajian gets the shot. Good cover from Adelaide. He's worked himself into this game. Thomas, well, that ball is not doing too much there, so the Thunder are down to 3 to get it in over their front half. That's going to be a 10-second clearance violation. Nicely done by the Kings. And Jerajian's got a man wide open on the bottom crease. Really well done. Nice finish there from Gabriel Bleed. Nicely won by Tonelli, but only as far as an opposition player in Mason Close. Zips up one down court, and there's players free everywhere at the moment. Seb Carter gets on the end of it. Thunder win that one. 5 minutes left in this second term. Probably not unfair to say I think the defensive efforts from both sides has been wanting in this second quarter. I'll look to tighten up after half time. Wiley putting on the pressure. Green finds the cutter, and that's a nice finish again from Orlando Kernahan. 3 for him. That was a good look inside from Green as well. Back within 2. The Thunder. That sort of crept up. So the lead was out by as much as, I think, 6 or 7 earlier. The Thunder well and truly back in this one. I think from the performances we've seen of these two teams against the Canada side the last couple of nights, probably not too unexpected that we've got a close battle on our hands, and there could be another one coming for the Thunder here. Spilkin just decides to hold it up, waiting for help to arrive, and Kernahan, he is the help. Finds the back of the cage, number 4 for Orlando Kernahan. And we've got a 1-goal ball game as we approach half-time. So he doesn't mind a timeout. Dan Hall, if this continues from the Thunder, I think we might see him burn one. Coach of the Kings, just to slow things down. Lost a little bit of control out there at the moment, have the Thunder, and there we go. That's an equalising goal. Mason Close getting on the end of it. 11 apiece. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not sure what the Kings are doing here. Hadn't sent someone for the face-off. This next possession, I think we'll see a Kings timeout, but they just can't get their hands on it right now. It's been all Thunder traffic the last couple of minutes and just firing goals in at will. Good defensive pressure from Isaac Deshawn. Still keeping the pressure on. And forcing the errant pass. Green collects. Went for around the back, faked it. Tuxford back to McGee. Running away from the goal, little underhand shot. Right at the breadbasket of Ananth. He's going to use Deshawn for help on the clear. And he's only got 5 seconds to get this into the front half. 2-1, he's got to move it. Did nicely in the end. Some awareness. No timeout from Coach Hall. Fake from Kernahan, shot in the end for Adderley, and I wouldn't be surprised. Is that a foul coming here? Certainly is. That's Mason Close is going to sit for a couple. He's going to sit for a couple of minutes for holding the stick is the call. So 2:46 in the quarter. 11 apiece on the scoreboard, but another power play chance for the Kings. Sort of been their own worst enemy at the moment in the Thunder, or throughout this game, in terms of penalty minutes served. 7 already. Good save from Adley. So Green's just going to be happy to take some air out of this. 10 on the shot clock. Over a minute on the penalty. Ambitious from Kernahan. No reset. Shot will expire, but it won't matter. Geraldine got a 1v1 against Adderley here and finds the top corner. Nice finish on the power play from Adam Geraldine. First goal of the night for him. The Kings retake the lead. Spilkwood wins that one back to Walker. looks for the cutters. Horgan up to McGee. No one comes at him, so just carries low all the way through. Up to Kernahan. Well saved from Ananth. Back to McGee. So a full 30 here from the Thunder. Nice cut from close, but McGee couldn't quite find him. And now Bleed, another one-on-one with Adderley. He's got his work cut out for him here, the Thunder goalie, but up to the task on this occasion. Nicely done. Higgins. McGee. Zips that one over to Green. Winds up. Only as far as the defender, so no reset. There is a stick in the helmet there, so it's going to be a foul coming the way of the Kings here. And with 45 seconds left in the game clock, there is a Kings penalty coming. Fabian Hall's going to be the man. He's going to sit for a slash for a couple of minutes. Stick just ended up in the helmet of his opponent. Green cross to Horgan. A little bit lazy from Kernahan and a little bit of a shove on his opponent too there. So he's given the ball away, dropped it and given it away, and a fast break here as well for Drinkle. The call was to pull it out. He thought about pulling it out and then decided to pull the trigger anyway. Just dribbled it past. And Spencer Drinkle's got one to his name now. Short-handed goal for the Kings. Shot far from convincing. Adderley did get a lot of it, but by the time he got a piece on it, it ended up in the back of the net. Walker. Just trying to do too much there. Mataboni across to Bleed. 10 on the game clock. Bleed steps in and under. Little slip. Has he done enough to draw the foul? Not anything coming, and that will be the end of the second term here. Will it be the end of the second term before we have another play come to the box? We'll wait and see. Yeah, it looks like there's another one coming. So I think Archie Papsoglu potentially. Wait a second for our officials.
I got purple 13 checking behind 2 minutes. I got blue 79 roughing 2 minutes. You're good to come out.
Yeah, so Ethan Mart's going to sit for a couple, and so is Archie Papsoglu when we come back for the second half in a few minutes' time. But it's a 13-11 ball game in favour of the Kings. We'll take a short break and be back with you very shortly. All right, ready to get back underway for the second half here. We've got 4v3 out there to start this third quarter. Before the halftime break, we had Archie Papsoglu sitting for a couple of minutes and Ethan Marr for the Kings. Fabian Hall, I believe it was, is already in there for the Kings, so it's a 4v3 advantage to the Thunder right now. But we'll be 4v4 in about a minute. Kings pretty happy just to slow things down right now. No push from the Thunder to get the ball back. So about 20 seconds left on this power play for the Thunder, and they're 4 and 3, though not too much impetus going on out there. Zipping across to Kernahan, missing. And the Kings just need to get this one into their front half. Got 5 seconds to do it, so Close just chucks that one loose. And that's not the worst idea with Hall now released. So it's going to be 4v4 out there. So the Thunder back within 1 now. And in about 10 seconds, they'll be 5v5 out there. And back to 5v5 out there now. So the Thunder had some really good momentum in the back stages of that second quarter. See if they can continue that. And they've certainly started that way. A little slip as the rain continues to come down now. A little bit heavier. This is probably the heaviest we've seen it so far in this game. I think I got a little chuckle from our scorers here that this is just a nice walk in the park weather compared to the rain that we got earlier for the next gen match. Umbrellas popping up around the facility here. Little fake, missing high. Green. Little flip inside, nicely to Kernahan. Couldn't track it down. It's going to go the way of the Kings. Drinkall. Over to Bleed. Oh, no, not over to Bleed. That's missed him by a long way, but it's going to be collected by Marr. So no harm done. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Kings. He's got the right channel to himself, so tries to head down there. Nicely defended by Spilkin. Bleed gets in and under. A little flip to not really anyone in particular. Ends up with Payne. Papsoglu just kicks that in front of himself, and he's got the whole lane to the goal if he wants to go. Gets it back into the right hand and fires past Archie Papsoglu. That is the equaliser. And it's a 13-all ball game. 11 minutes left in the third quarter. Tonelli again wins that, but no blue jerseys ahead of the ball for him to help. Tuxford. Down to McGee. Rain really coming down now over the Carter. Probably see a few more errors coming in the game. Good save from Ananth. Mason. Hall. Just drops that shoulder, tries to round the back, a little ambitious, particularly in these conditions. And we've seen a change in goalkeeper down the Thunder end, should have mentioned earlier. I believe that is Luca Blues between the pipes of the Thunder. No change for the Kings. And Ant still between the pipes. Feed across to Carter, and that's the go-ahead goal. Number 3 for Seb Carter. And Thunder, well, they were not quite down and out, but they were well behind earlier. Taking the lead for the first time tonight. Everything going the Thunder's way right now. Winning the ball from the middle. They've managed to keep out of the box in the first few minutes of this quarter, which they haven't done throughout the game. And that pass not quite going their way though. So it's Sonny Kernahan that gets the ball back in for the Kings. And they'll be looking for a nice long set here, I would have thought. Mark. Well, gets the cut to Bleed. Patience here required. Doesn't need to do anything too silly. Tried it and it worked. Gabriel Bleed levels the scores once again. So the Kings, after getting the levelling goal, win from the middle. Exactly what they needed. Try and wrestle this game back their way. Georgian. Back to Payne, now Marr. Well, it's a bit ambitious from that distance from Ethan Marr. But he's done well enough to force the mistake from the Thunder. Higgins just walking that ball back through the crease. It's going to stay with the Kings now. They just sag off Georgian here, so he gets the shot off, misses wide, no reset. And it's a foot race. Green. Sucked Bleed one way, and he's fired that one past Ananth into the back of the net. And Anthony Green, that's goal 3 for him. Thunder back ahead. Spilkin and Tonelli go at it. Nice ground ball from Harper. Back to Bleed. With a flip across to Hall. One hand flip inside, really nice there. Harper tries to find the bottom corner. Can't, but on the rebound, that's Ethan Marr. And he joins the action. Once again, scores level, 15 apiece. And we've seen this has been the theme of the Commonwealth Cup so far. These first games, they have been goal fests. Close to 50 goals across the first two 6 o'clock games each. And we're seeing it again so far tonight. Papsoglu goes at it with one hand and comes up with it, but plenty of heat coming his way now. Tied up, loses it. And Tonelli collects for the Kings. That pass well wide of Bleed, but no harm done. Tracks it down. We saw the crease dive effort before. Is he lining up for something similar now? That just gets the ball moving. Payne takes the ball on the move. Defender slips on the rebound. Geragine saved again from Blues. Papsoglu, Tuxford. That ball well behind him, but did well just to reel it in. Kernahan, been quiet this third quarter so far. Plenty of heat on the Kings, but that's a nice outlet pass to Geragine, and it's a 2-on-1 ahead of the ball. He's got Jackson close in support, gets it there. 1v1 with Luca Blues. Stutter on the crease, but couldn't get the goalie the move. And here come the Thunder again. Tuxford fakes and kicks across, just needed to take care of that ball a little bit more. Ball still anyone's for the taking. If it does end up with the Thunder, they're going to have to pull the trigger pretty quickly because there's... I thought that might have been a generous reset call. Green inside to Kernahan. Horgan on the collect, gets a shove, finds his feet again. Back up to Thomas. Misses Kernahan. Just there's been a few that haven't sat too well for Orlando Kernahan today. But it's Hall that gets it out in front of Geragine. He's got time and space. He'll use both to collect it. He's got plenty of purple jerseys in front of him, so just needs to get this ball on the move, and he does. Nice work from Bleed, but dispossessed. Papsoglu more patient on the transition this time. McGee. Look for the low shot. Missing wide. Walker boxed out. Nicely done by Drinkle, but he's only got 3 Thunder jerseys in front of him. Drops the shoulder, tries to get out of it with physicality, and does really well there, does Spencer Drinkle. Rides the contact from another and keeps it safe. That's really well done. Ethan Mart. Hall. Shot clock in single digits now. Can't find the top corner. Who's going to fall to on the rebound? It is Geragine, but he's only got 2 on the shot clock. Fires it off, but the shot clock beats the Kings. So the ball's been up and back the last few minutes. After scores were levelled at 15 apiece. We haven't seen a goal for a little bit of time now. Kernahan. Nice look inside to Horgan, but again, I think the rain just causing a few skill errors. Green looks for the reset, not coming. So another possession, no score. And again, it's going to come back the way of the Thunder. The Kings unable to have a real effect, and with the up and back nature of the last few minutes, Rod Maher's going to say, let's hold things for a sec. Let's take a timeout. With 4:45 left in this third term, we have a level ball game at 15 apiece. So straight out of the timeout, wasting absolutely no time. Anthony Green, well, he's proving the difference maker at the moment for the Thunder. That's 4 goals for him. And the Thunder edge ahead once again. Tonelli and Spilkin at it again. Nicely one forward from Sam Tonelli to the favour of Payne. Just evaded the man coming from the box. Ethan Marr. Numbers sag off, so tries to step in, look for the shot. That's nicely picked off from Fletcher Conti, but runs into trouble. Perhaps Ulrich tries to come in for the help, and help he does. He is off to the races here, 1v1. And is that into the top corner? It certainly is. Archie Papsoglu, his second of the day. And the Thunder edge ahead by 2 now. Ball kicked forward to Kernahan. Thomas. Over to Carter. And he's got Horgan at the top. Back to Carter. Cut comes. Across the top through Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Steps past 1. Little inside slip to Kernahan. And they are firing now, the Thunder. They've managed to stay out of the penalty box, and that's proven the difference, I think, in this quarter, as they've moved ahead by a couple. Or more than a couple now. Everything going now. Oh, that's a big hit. I think that's clean too. There is a man down here. I think we're going to have to pause the play for a sec. That was a big hit, but that was a fair hit on Mason Close. He just got tangled up and just got jammed between a few Kings players. Not really much in that. He just got tied up in his own feet. I think, to be fair to Fabian Hall, we probably could have hit him a lot harder. So that's just some hard lacrosse being played. We hope that Mason's okay. Marr, that's not quite the look they would have been looking for. Just a sound of frustration from Coach Dan Hall over on the sidelines. Ball still in dispute, and it still is on the shot clock for the Kings, and they're about to, even if they can get this ball, shot clock will expire. And some frustration seeping in, I think, over there for the Kings. They just got to get their heads right. They're certainly well and truly in this game, just need to settle things down a touch. Kernahan, pass 1, runs into a couple more, looks for the underhand shovel shot, denied. Deshawn over to Harper, pass 1, 1v1 with the keeper, and that's a nice finish there from Adam Harper, much needed for the Kings. Brings the margin back within 2. Spilkin pops that one back, but it's going to be... Well, Jackson Close looked for a teammate. In the end, had to go himself. Collects it for the Kings and sees part towards the goal. Kicks it across. I think the underside of the bar, denying on that occasion. No reset. I thought that did get a piece of the pipe. No, it's not going to matter. There's a penalty coming anyway. Angus Walker's going to sit for a couple by the looks. Thing out. Officials just conferring, making sure they get the right call. He's going to sit for 5 minutes for a cross check into the neck is the call. Zip across the bottom corner, denied. Kernahan collects again, so this is what they'll be looking for, the Kings. A chance on the major power play, missing wide. Doesn't fall for Ma with the one hand, but does put the forward pressure on and does get the ball back. So another full 30 here for the Kings. No one comes at Ma. Zips across the corner. Step down Jared G in that pace. Good cover from Blues. They get the follow-up here, the Kings. Ma. Minute and a half left in the third term. Hall trying to direct traffic. Still 20 on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Keeping the ball on the move. This is when they look at their best, the Kings, and you can see why. Fabian Hall finding the bottom corner. Much needed. So back within one are the Kings, and still with 4 minutes left on the penalty. And the face-off win, it's exactly what they'll be looking for. Trying to build some momentum as we approach the final break. The Thunder had stolen it all back, led by 3, but just margin down to 1. Hall. Georgian. Numbers sag off, so tries to bounce that one pie. Thomas. Tonelli tangled up, and I think they lost sight of the ball at the same time, but it's Thomas that flicks it to Georgian. Gets the shot off, not in time to get the reset though. So this will be last possession of the quarter if they can got to get this to safety. They do in the end, just Mason close under plenty of heat. Be careful not to give away a penalty here, the Kings. Don't get too over the top. And they've done well to win it back, but not enough time on the game clock. The Hooter is going to beat all comers. And it's going to be a 1 goal. Going to be a 1 goal lead to the Thunder with 1 quarter remaining. 15 minutes to find a winner here in our 5th game of the 2026 Commonwealth Cup. Been a back and forth one so far, but right now it's the Thunder that lead it by the solitary goal. They do start a man down, 3 minutes on the penalty remaining. But there is 1 goal off the major, so a goal here to the Kings would send it back to even strength. Of course, coming up in about half an hour's time, we'll have the Canada touring team against the New Zealand Storm. And then we'll wrap it all up tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Melbourne time with the final of the Commonwealth Cup. Bleed a little ambitious from deep, but they do get the reset. Ma also ambitious, but no reset this time. Pass over the top. I think this is going to come back the way of the Kings. Bleed tracks that one down. So another good look at it. Power play set here for the Kings. Kernahan back across to Tonelli. Denied again by Blues. So the Kings the Thunder defense standing up right now. Oh, they're giving the ball back too easily. They'd love to have a defensive set, have an offensive set, sorry, kill some time with a offensive set of their own. Bleed. Gets that one forward. There was a slight outnumber. And we're back to 5v4. Hall. Bleed. Ma now to Nelly. Nice off-ball check from Higgins. Penalty down to just over a minute. Shot from Hall doesn't get through the 5-hole. So another good save for Blues. And if we can get a full set of possession here, the Thunder, they'll probably just have to survive about 20 seconds or so. Short-handed. Shot missing wide. So they won't get that full set. That's going to beat them into their defensive half. Kings, about 30 seconds left on the penalty. They'll get one last good look. Georgian. Hall. Georgian, they sag off, looks inside. Kernahan coming around on the left hand, and that's a nice finish from Sonny Kernahan. Oh. So back to 5v5 out there. Angus Walker's going to have to sit the rest of his time, but so all momentum with the Kings right now, but it feels like it is anyone's for the taking. And Clear not doing too many favours. So whistle's going left, right and centre. They're just trying to work out what the call is. So I'm not exactly sure what the call was there, but anyway. Boxes are clear and the Thunder are back in front. So after going back even strength, the Thunder retake the lead. They are 1 to the good now. Plenty of drama. The rain's still tumbling here. Ball up to Green. Passed a couple, was too easy, but missing wide. Collected by Drinkle under plenty of heat up against the wall. Puts the ball down and is pushed illegally. No, he's given the ball away, so it's a Thunder possession once again. Good save there from Ananth. Needs some help on the clear here. He's got numbers up court, but doesn't look too comfortable. That's not the worst result. Just heaves it to the back corner. He doesn't have a number down there, however. So it will be coming back the way of the Thunder. So just pause for a sec while we got the shot clock lined up. Shot, missing wide. And no reset. So over and back. Ball will go the way of the Kings. Now, I'm not too sure what happens if we do finish all square. We'll deal with that in 10 minutes time once we get there. I dare say we might be shaking hands and calling it that's that because of the looming game at 8 p.m. with our New Zealand Storm and Canadian teams. But we'll work with that once we get there, if we get there. Nah, gets the shot off, but some numbers in the way. Just booted out by Luca Blue, so he probably could have had a little bit more composure there. Nicely done by Ethan Ma. They just need to keep the ball safe for a second here, the Kings. Still plenty of time, 20 seconds on that shot clock. Ma looks inside to Payne, gets the shot. Saved again from Blues. They look to get the follow-up ground ball. Fabian Hall just trying to use his size over that one. In the end, the blue jerseys just looked at each other and no one wanted to get it. So it's fallen to Mason Close and he's hit the back of the net. That's a bit of a coach killer there. The Kings had numbers at the ground ball and they looked at each other and said, who wants to pick it up? And while they were trying to figure that out, Mason Close came through and said, I'll take that, and attack the goal and hit the back of the cage. Really well done. That's a nice face-off win from Tonelli. Over to Jackson Close. Players slipping around in the rain. Oh, he thought about it for half a second. Needs to get the ball on the move. Shot clock down at 15. Jerajan. He's got Tonelli at the top. Tried to do a little too much there. Gets out of it somehow. Tries to find the top corner and the shot clock will beat them. McGee. Carter. Nice feed inside to Kernahan, and the Thunder, they are back on top now. The penalty trouble has been the one for the Thunder, but when they've been able to stay out of the box, they've been able to get control of the game. We're about halfway through this final term as the rain really coming down now. Nice check from Bleed, but the ball still falls to the Thunder. Couple of tired legs out there now. This is the third game in consecutive days for most of these boys. Good save there from Ananth. Needs some help on the clear. All of the blue jerseys just run away from him, and in the end, he's taken too long to get that one out. There's got to be some recognition from his Kings teammates. Someone drop low and give the easy outlet. That's too easy for Anthony Green. Good save, though. He's got to pick the ball up. Plenty of contacts down up against the boards. Nice ground ball. I think that's Isaac Deshawn there. He's got the cutter in pain. Missed him. It's going to be collected by, or nearly collected by Kernhan. He just fell short of it. There is a hand in the air, however. So I think it will be a penalty for the Kings against the Thunder. So power play coming for the Kings. Shot clock down to 5. Hall saved, but the penalty will come from Ryder Thomas. He's going to sit for a couple. He's going to sit for checking from behind. So seeing the Kings make the most of their power play opportunities so far tonight. Let's see if they can continue that good luck. They really need to capitalise on this one early if they're a chance to make a comeback. Ma denied again. Hall quick across to Ma. That one out the top of the stick. Doesn't fall for Fabian Hall. So it's Papsoglu. Lost that one. And the heat is going to be on here. I don't think they're going to get this clear in time, the Thunder. So it's going to be another possession. Another possession for the Kings. And they've got about 1:20 to try and make the most of this power play. Hall denied by Blues. He's got nothing ahead of him, so he finds Papsoglu. Thought the other option was just to heave to the corner. And Papsoglu, that's nicely reeled in by Walker. But a good check from close to dispossess. And a nice ground ball from close. He's got Papsoglu ahead of him. Just barges through that one. 4v2 blue jerseys right now. If they want to go early, bleed. They wait for some fresh legs. No one comes at Geraldine, so he goes a little underhand shot. A crease violation for the Kings, so just not quite going their way right now. And under 30 seconds on the penalty. Lots of bodies around this ground ball. Who's going to come up with it? That's really well done by Ethan Marr, but Apologies everyone for just going quiet for a second there. We just, with all the rain around, rain and technology, not a great mix, so we're just making sure that everything's all working as it should be. We think it should be now. In amongst all of that, the Kings have got back within 2. Slowly running out of time though. They've got to be pretty good from here. Although turnovers like that won't help the Thunder. Wiley waits for some help to arrive. 1.5 to play. Kernahan over to Hall. Shot, easy save there from Blues. So their chances are running out now. That's a nice outlet all the way down. That's a shot well missed wide. And the ground ball missed too, so it's going to fall for Payne. 2v2 ahead of the ball. Less than 1 minute, so they've got to go early here. Do the Kings. Got to go very, very quick. Georgian misses wide. Have to keep possession here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Payne over to Bleed. Fumble. And the shot clock, I think, is going to beat them. 4 on the shot clock. Need to get the reset. Simply must. Bleed. Goes one way. And the opportunity was there for Gabriel Bleed, but just put it across the face. And that's going to be that. The 2 goals up, the Thunder. I don't think there's going to be enough time for a fight back here. There's been a great game of junior lacrosse that we've seen. Changes of momentum. They've handled the conditions quite well, considering the rain that we've had. They have handled it well, but in the end, it's the Thunder that come ahead. 22-20 winners. We're going to finish it up now with a next game coming up very shortly, but 22-20 winners are the Western Thunder. Lachlan Williams signing off. Stay tuned. In about 15 minutes, we've got the Canada versus New Zealand Thunder match coming up.